Picture a small garage in Los Altos, California. It's the mid-1970s. The space is cramped, overheated, and cluttered with wires and half-finished ideas. Inside, two young men are working obsessively, not just to build a computer, but to reimagine what technology could mean for ordinary people. Steve Jobs isn't focused on circuits or code. He's obsessed with something bigger: elegance, emotion, and purpose. He believes machines should feel human. That belief changes everything. Before his 30th birthday, Jobs becomes one of the youngest self-made millionaires in history. Apple explodes onto the world stage, and Steve Jobs becomes the symbol of innovation itself. The computer leaves research labs and enters living rooms. The future suddenly feels personal. And then, everything collapses. In 1985, inside a quiet, tense boardroom, the dream turns against its creator. The executives choose stability over vision. The company Jobs helped build no longer wants him at the helm. At just 30 years old, he is forced out of Apple, publicly, painfully, and completely. The fall is brutal. Overnight, the visionary becomes an outsider. The press labels him reckless, investors lose faith, Silicon Valley moves on. Jobs retreats into silence, carrying the weight of a failure the entire world witnessed. He feels exposed, embarrassed, and lost. For the first time, the man who always saw the future has no clear path forward. This is where most stories end, but this one doesn't. In the emptiness that followed, something inside Steve Jobs changed. The pride dissolved, the pressure vanished, and in its place, curiosity returned. Being stripped of success gave him something he hadn't felt in years: freedom. He started again from nothing. Jobs founded a new company called Next, driven not by profit, but by perfection. At the same time, he invested in a small, struggling animation studio that few believed in. That studio would later become Pixar. While the world dismissed him as yesterday's news, Jobs was quietly learning, refining, and evolving. He was no longer just a visionary. He was becoming a better leader. Years passed. Back at Apple, things were falling apart. The company was bleeding money, confused about its identity, and dangerously close to collapse. In a twist no one predicted, Apple purchased Next, not for the hardware, but for its software and ideas. That decision brought Steve Jobs back home. When he returned, Apple barely resembled the company he once knew. Jobs moved quickly. He eliminated distractions, simplified everything, and reignited a culture of creativity. The company stopped chasing trends and started building experiences. What followed was one of the greatest comebacks in business history. First came a colorful, beautifully designed computer that reminded the world technology could be joyful. Then came a pocket-sized music device that transformed an entire industry. And finally, a phone that merged communication, creativity, and computing into a single object, reshaping how humans interact with the world. Steve Jobs didn't just revive Apple, he redefined modern life. His story is not about perfection. It's about failure, rejection, and return. It's proof that being pushed out doesn't mean being finished. Sometimes the fall is the training ground for greatness. The dots only make sense when you look back. The darkest chapter often becomes the turning point. From a garage to exile, and from exile to legacy, Steve Jobs showed the world that those bold enough to imagine change are often the ones who make it real. The vision didn't die, it evolved.